4.1.5, identify the decisions required for the solution to a specified problem. A little bit of local color here, so you'll understand where I am and what's going to keep me doing this or not, because the decision I'm about to make is whether I should continue making these videos at this point, because the mosquitoes are starting to get bad, cars driving down the street, it's getting dark, and so on and so on and so on. So let me set up another class here. I don't know how I'm going to name these yet, so I'll just name it like that. So PSVM gives us our public static void main. So the decision that I'm talking about now is whether or not I should be still out here. I'm outside in Canada at my parents' place, in fact, recording these, and it's starting to get a little bit untenable, but not quite yet. But I have a decision to make. So the decision is simply whether or not to continue recording these videos. So let me just write that down. Making tonight. That decision is based upon conditions, a bunch of them in fact. So now we're about to jump to 4.1.6, identify the conditions associated with this decision. Well, for sure, number one, so the conditions. Are as follows. First and foremost are mosquitoes. You have no idea if you're not from here. Mosquitoes and black flies. Well, my battery charge, and whether or not the neighbors are making a lot of noise, like taking in the laundry. Neighbor noise. Alright, that's enough. So these are the conditions upon which I will decide whether or not to continue recording these videos. So whether or not to record these videos or continue recording these videos will be, it'll be a variable, it'll be a piece of information, a boolean. We're going to go boolean. Maybe the first time you've seen this. We have our ints, we have our floats and strings. You may have heard about those by now or not, but a boolean is true or false. So this boolean will be continue recording the videos. And we're going to start that as being true. We will continue recording videos. But only if the conditions I mentioned above are livable. So we're going to say boolean mosquitoes too bad. Right now, false. Getting close. Battery charge. Battery charge is not going to be a boolean, yes or no. The battery, well, I mean, it could be, but basically I'm going to keep on going till my battery's down to about 10. So we'll make that an int, which you might not have seen before. An int is an integer, an integer, an int. So int, a whole number. Int charge. Right now it's at 60, so I mean I'm fine. And neighbor noise. I'm just going to make that a boolean. Either there's too much neighbor noise or there's not. Boolean. Neighbor. I'm in Canada, so neighbor. It's an OUR noise. Acceptable. And right now it is true. So the decision of whether to continue recording or not will be based on these three things. And in Java it would look something like this. If this variable is false, so we go exclamation mark for meaning not mosquitoes too bad. It's kind of a double negative, but you might as well get used to it. If not, mosquitoes are too bad, and we have 2 of those, and battery charge. Notice how I am copying and pasting these so I don't make a spelling mistake, is greater than I said 10, and neighbor noise is acceptable. In that case, we will continue recording videos. Sign true. Else, continue recording videos becomes false. So I'll make this a little bit better program by getting my input to this. So we have all of these initial values. Let's just make them all kind of initial types of values, and we will ask the user, in this case myself, questions about these 3 conditions. So I'm going to go Sout. Are the mosquitoes too bad now? True, false. And I will have to write true or false for this, and then that gets taken in as mosquitoes too bad. Comes in as a boolean, so we go oh, I don't have a BR. I don't have a buffer reader yet. I'll do that right up at the top. Reader. Okay. And the other 2 questions is turning into a long program for so early in, but let's just finish it off. So that's going to be an integer, so we're going to go convert it to an integer like we did before with the br.readline. Okay, so now we know what that is. And the last question was about the neighbors. So it has to be acceptable as true, so we'll say are the and so on quiet enough. Oh, true or false. We want to make sure that I remember to type in true or false. And that long variable name. Done. So there it is. This has been a little bit long, but it's all about, are there decisions to make? Yes. So here's another decision-making situation. And based on certain information, we'll do something else. And in this case, I guess all we could do at the end of it is respond to me, tell me whether or not to continue recording. So I'll say at the very bottom, if then we are to continue recording videos, I'll output okay, keep on recording. Else, which is the way that works, we'll look at that soon enough in more detail. Else, Sout, time to call it day. As you can see, another thing might be the daylight. And let's run this and see how it works. Are the mosquitoes too bad now? I'll say false. Batteries still 60. We'll call it 59. 59. Are they quiet enough? Okay, keep on recording. But if I were to run it again, and one of those were to be false, and I know which one it's going to be, true. 59. True. Okay. We'll have to do a lot more on this later, but all these three things, 1, 2, and 3, have to be true for this whole thing to evaluate to true. But I'm saying, and again, we got the double negative going on, don't worry about that, but basically this situation is going to prevent me from continuing recording videos when I run it this time. Because I've already started, it's just true. So when I press enter here, it's going to say, no, it is time to call it a day because the mosquitoes are too bad.